You're now watching a clip from the Inspired by show. You can watch the full episode on our YouTube channel or listen on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So make sure to head over there, leave us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed it, and follow the show. I'm really curious from your perspective, Tana, because as you know, I'm around a lot of property people with the speaking world that I'm in.
Yeah.
And I sort of went on the journey. I mean, you mentored me and you've mentored me so much. And it's been so great. Even with that offer recently on a house, I was like, I need to message Tana like straight away and hope he replies as quick as possible before I accept this offer, you know? And I think one of the things I realized is I actually don't love property as much as I thought I would. You know, I watched Homes Under the Hammer and I was like, I'm going to love this shit. And I can't wait to do up properties or, you know, flip them or whatever, rent them out, like all this stuff. I love the deal analysis and everything. And even working on your book with you, I'm loving learning it. Then I'm doing it. I'm like, I don't actually think I don't think this is a bit of me. And I'm curious to know from your perspective, do you actually enjoy property or is it more the vehicle that brings the money in?
No, I definitely enjoy it. Like, you know, just before I came here, you know, I was on the phone speaking with investors and partners and stuff and tracking deals and analysing deals. That side of things I really enjoy. It's like the structuring of the deal or finding the opportunity and creating that kind of venture. That, you know, I really enjoy that aspect. Gone are the days where I enjoyed like installing a kitchen or bath, do you know what I mean? And the actual kind of day-to-day stuff. You know, I don't really love being a landlord, for example, and all the kind of late night phone calls. Not that they ever really arrive anymore. They did in the early days. Obviously you've got to build a team around you and put stuff in place. But at the end of the day, if I own the property, it still comes back down to me, right? So if there is an issue, it comes back to me. So I have to still deal with them. But yeah, so that bit less so, but the bit up the front definitely. And I think more so now also working with and collaborating with people. So the majority of my deals I do now are all kind of JVs or collaborations, because again, I like working with those people, because I think if it's all mine, all on me, then I have to take sole responsibility for all the problems as well. So yeah, there's a bit of both, but I like the relationship side. Yeah, for sure.
I'm curious from your perspective, because obviously, you know, enjoying property is one thing, but what I've often found is people that make a lot of money are often doing things that they don't necessarily enjoy or they fall out of love with. Do you think there's a correlation or a connection between money and happiness?
Yes, I do. I think there is a correlation, because I think a big part of being unhappy is the stress or the anxiety of that is led to by money. Of course, you don't need money to be happy, really, but it's also how you frame it internally. And I think the world that we live in, we're constantly being told that we need more money. We're constantly being told that we need more stuff. More stuff costs more money, right? Bigger holidays, nicer holidays cost more money. So I think there is an element of that. I think materialism fundamentally means that we need more money. And for a lot of people, materialism makes them happy. Like, you know, I like going and buying, you know, nice new watches, and I like the experience. Like the other day I was shopping for a new car, right? So going in there sort of, but they're very short-term kind of feelings. But it really is about, for me, it's more about overall contentment. So the overall contentment is then about understanding like what makes me happy on a day-to-day, what kind of inspires me, what kind of gets me up in the morning. And that's working on projects, working with people, creating stuff to create more money. That will then mean that I can have more experiences with my family. Like we can go on nicer holidays, we can dine in nicer restaurants and stuff. So yes, there is a correlation, but it's obviously not 100% about money.
Yeah.
And you could do all those things without leading to needing money. You know, my sister actually and my brother-in-law, they're very, you know, they kind of live off the land. They're very, you know, they're vegans. They're very sustainable. They've got like a full holding, and you know, their life is very different, and that makes them happy and content as a result, right? So it does depend on who you are as well.
Yeah. And
sure.
Also, like what does make you tick and what it is that you love doing, right? And I think that's the difference, is you love the relationships. I love relationships as well, and I'm using them in different ways, and I'm connecting with people in different ways, like podcasting. So people say to me, oh God, I couldn't imagine anything worse than doing a whole day of interview. And I'm like, oh my God, give it to me. I mean, maybe not every day of the week. I do need to sleep and rest my voice. But whereas for me, the thought now of even like going onto a deal analysis and getting, you know, right move up, I'm just like, oh God, no thanks. But I think it's about finding what works for you. But it's so important to have the education and the knowledge, because I think so many people go into investments. I've personally invested at least 20 grand in actual investments, hands-off investments that have not brought a penny back. Person's ghosted me, vanished, all the deals just not done what it needed to do. And that I put down to not having the knowledge and having the understanding. And that's one of the reasons why when you went into the training world, I remember I messaged you and I was like, can I pick your brains as to which trainer, which property mentor to go to? I had no idea you were even doing it.
Yeah.
And I remember us getting on a Zoom and you were like, well, I do that. And I was like, really? Do you? This is really handy because I trust you already. Like, let's make it happen.